Welcome. My name is Dee Beck. I am a travel advisor and Trello fan, and I am on a mission to help travel advisors level up their business by using a free tool called Trello. In today's video, show you how to get the most out of FAMs, site inspections, and even personal travel so that it can benefit our business. And we're going to keep it all organized in Trello, of course. So if you find today's video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can follow my Etsy shop where I offer templates for travel advisors. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Are you wondering what a FAM even is? Because I know I was the first time I heard it. FAM is short for Familiarization Trip. These are trips for travel advisors to learn as much as possible about the property or the cruise line so that we can then offer it to our clients. Now, speaking of acronyms, I'm actually going to link in the description a super helpful article from Host Agency Reviews. It's actually a travel industry acronym list because it can be like a whole other language trying to break those down. So, if you think that'd be helpful, definitely check that out below. All right, so let's keep talking about these types of trips. They are busy. You are taking notes, you're meeting people, there's lots of videos and photos that you're taking. But what do we do with it all? I mean, these are an investment in our business and we want to see a return on that, right? So, this is going to help make sure we maximize that trip. And we're going to organize it all within Trello. Now, why is Trello the one stop shop? Lots of reasons. For one, yes, there's the desktop version, but Trello also has a phenomenal app, which is super easy to use on our phone, which means when we're busy all day, we just need to have our phone with us to plug in all of this information that we're taking in. It is also incredibly organized within the way that Trello is set up. If you are new to Trello, it is set up in what is called a Kanban style, where it's this board that you look at and it's organized by lists. And then within each list, you can put cards. Now, these cards, once you click on them, they open. And once they open, there is so much information that we can put into these cards. We can type in descriptions, anything we want. We can attach photos, videos, and voice memos. We can plug in checklists and just easily store notes. So you'll see that in just a second. I do have a template I just made exactly for this purpose that's in my Etsy shop that I'm so excited about because I really break down everything about what a FAM is, what is proper etiquette, how to make the most out of it, plus a bunch of other resources. You could also build your own. So I'm going to show you what my template looks like, and it's for you to decide from there. All right, guys, so here is my board. Now, in the shop, I have one that is resort specific as well as cruise specific. But when we go on these trips, we want to keep in mind our clients. We want to figure out what questions we want answered, what kind of content we want to gather. We want to be a little bit familiar with our place that we're visiting before we arrive there. Have a plan so that once we're there, we know what we're doing, right? And this board is really set up for that as well. So here you can see, I'm actually going to move this over so you can see it a little bit better. Each card, well, let's back it up. Each list is that property. And then each card underneath of that I have made is specific to whatever area I'm looking at. So when I click on this one, property information and contacts, I have the destination, the dates, who hosted it, and what type of trip it was, the goal. And then you could even put, BDM contacts, phone, and email. The next card I have is a property overview card. How old is the property? When was the most recent renovation? All of these things are really good to know, and they're really easy to forget unless we put them somewhere. I also can attach my photos, and here you can see I labeled that photo specifically. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can edit and type in, whatever it is you want so that it's easily identifiable. The checklists are so great. This is why I really like Trello for this because I can open up my phone and easily check off whatever applies to that resort. So, is this resort adults only? Is it a beach, eco, family, golf? All these different options here. And all you do is just check those off. Now, if you've been in Trello before, you might notice something. Normally, when we check off an item, a strike through goes through that item. Now, for this board, I did not want any lines to go through my item because I want to see clearly what I have checked. So I have Brittany Joyner to thank for that. If you have not heard of Brittany Joyner, she is a fantastic resource in Trello. Not a travel advisor, but she knows her stuff within Trello. I highly recommend her book, and she also has a great YouTube channel. I asked her if there was a way to create something that would allow us to still check off our items and take away that strike through. And of course, Brittany was like, yep, I know how to do it. So I will also put that in the description. It is a free add on that you can apply to your Trello boards. And that's exactly what I have done here. Excuse me. Okay, arrival review and content checklist. So sometimes we can get there and figure out and not remember what we should be taking pictures of. So I made a checklist just for that specifically. I talked about arrival wait time and the process in the description here. And then here are the checklist items for content I want to make sure I grab while I am there. I talk about pool and beach review, overview, the vibe, the water clarity. This is the description portion where we can type directly into, so we can be more detailed there. Here are the images I've attached. And then I added this checklist. What water activities are available on site? And then you can check all that apply, what additional amenities apply, pool and beach content checklist. Now, the other great thing I did with this board is I reached out to Krystle Straub. And if you are not following her, I highly recommend. She is on Instagram and she is on a mission to help travel advisors use social media to help out their business. So she was gracious and she came up with a really great add on to this board. And I'm excited for you guys to see that as well. All right, let's talk about dining review. How many restaurants are there? So, these are all really good questions to ask once you get there, because this is what clients want to know. What kind of beers do they have? Pepsi or Coke? Because this is a very important topic, right? And then here are some more pictures. And then again with the checklist. So, I hope you can see just by looking at this template what we should be looking for and how we can apply that to Trello. I just want to show you one more thing. If you choose to purchase the template, this list that I have created is everything that you would need to know, how to get scheduled or invited to, how to gather content, recommended apps. Here's that extension from Brittany, and here is Krystle Straub's bonus content. So there really is everything packed in here that I could think of because I want this to be easy for you, and I want you to succeed when you go on these trips. The last thing I'll tell you, because it's a really cool trick, is if you ever want to take this information and put it into a different format, you can. Trello allows you to import files into AI, and I'll show you how. Say you've loaded this up, so you can see each list would be a different property, right? It's all into the same board. And then I would go to those three dots, it's the Trello board menu, and I would scroll down to print, export, and share. And I want to export as a JSON. And now that is going to turn this board into a file. And then I can take that file and I can plug it into my AI of choice. So there is that file. Now, I do have an AI that is offered through Miranda Leach. There is a discount below if you are interested, but if you already have your own, that works too. And then we could take that and ask AI to help us come up with social media posts, or maybe we want to turn this into a Word document to just have everything in front of us into one screen. The sky is really the limit with both Trello and with importing. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below. And I will also link my Etsy shop, and feel free to like my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.